Right guys, so this is also part of the autopilot. It has a magnetic center which needs to be at our water level and through the center of our boat. And if you look over there, it's the center of our boat, and we've got a laser light showing me where the center line goes. So I'm going to go mount this thing up here. This mark over here indicates our water level. So that's where the water level of the outside of the boat is. And we've got to mount this poor guy here at the water level looking forward. It'll give us a magnetic compass. It is the magnetic compass, and it will talk to the autopilot eventually. Anyway, let me put it in. Made a bracket. Then I manufactured a bracket. There we go. So now we can get this maniki Larue. We'll mount him on here. Where's our pin? So center line, off it goes. I'm going to mount him over there. And I'll mount him on first and make sure this is on the center line. Then I'll go screw him in there because I can't screw the tops once it's done. Okay, thank you. Okay, so our next job on the autopilot is I have to sort out the rudder indicator. So this rudder indicator, when your arm moves with the rudder through the tiller arm, that moves left and it's right. Now the important part here is the center line of this and the center point of that need to be equal distance, and then the indicator on this part that moves the indicator, that center and that center needs to be the same distance from here to there, and that is to there. Then the other important part, the center of this to the center point of this, needs to be equal, same as this one. Center point of that to the center point of this needs to be equal. Then whatever your rudder is doing, your rudder indicator will send a signal to the computer. Once you set it up, it will send a signal to the computer and say this is the angle of your rudder currently. And with the autopilot then can say through the okay, and ram, it will push the rudder arm to the required angle, but that angle will be registered in the computer of the autopilot. So that's the next phase. Once that stuff starts drying, then we can get that going. Okay, so we've removed a piece of the deck, used a saw to cut it out, and now I'm going to try and fit the autopilot. The mechanical side of the autopilot. Grab your half there.
My half?
Yes. Let's go. So, our datum line. This should be our maximum travel over there. And now we understand, more or less understand, how the autopilot is going to shift into position. Would you like to undo that string, and should we turn that motor the other way around?
This one, yeah?
Yes, what do you think?
I think we're virtually in position.
Yes.
So that, this is not full travel, right?
No.
Because we've got this here. Okay,
So
so
we're not going to go further in.
Yes,
The
okay.
behind.
It's got to go to here. Yeah.
It's got to go to that corresponding marks that you have under your arm. Okay, so
No, I don't think this will make any.
well, I was going to turn it the other way around, but that's fine while we try and fit it. Okay. Right, so we're back to the autopilot, and we've made a base. Where's the base, Leo? There's the base.
Yeah, Grant.
So there we've made a base over there. We've measured the autopilot, to our tiller arm, and the center of our tiller arm to the center of the base of the autopilot needs to be 616 mils. So then I've agreed upon where this autopilot now needs to go. So if you look inside there, you see a black mark where the one bolt is. We've created the base to go and fit inside there, and now we're going to go glue the base together to the yacht, and we'll work from here. Once that's glued, once that's done, I have a steel base that we've had manufactured, and then we'll create a box around the base that Lee's putting in now, and we'll glass fiber this steel base to that base over there. Then we can bolt our autopilot over here into position, and then we've got a much better starting point for our autopilot. So then we've got the hydraulic ram, which is there, the hydraulic machine, and yes, the ram. We've worked out exactly our travel according to the 9 inches travel we get out of the ram, and what we'll have to do later on is this, the stopper over there, and there's a stopper on that side. We cannot max the ram out in position. Now Lee's going to gently persuade that piece of wood it's going to live there for the rest of his life. So once that's all glued in, we can get the next piece of the autopilot going. Just keep you updated. All the best. Right, so we're back in with the autopilot and Lee, and he's playing with his Duraglass.
Amazing stuff for bedding and for securing. Easy to mix. Very, very cool.
Okay, cool. So, and we showed you that's our mounting point for our autopilot's base. And then what we've done is we've created another portion that's going to go on the top there with the bolts in, that's going to secure the autopilot in position. But now what we're going to do is get Lee's Duraglass, and we put it in the bottom here, and we'll put 3 screws in to hold us into place, and that'll glue that into place. And then from there what we'll do is then we're going to set up our autopilot, which will go in like so, and it comes to the tiller arm. And what we need between this point and the center of the plumb block, our mounting point, is 616 millimeters. That will give us what we get in a total throw, 70 degrees, 35 degrees either way. So currently we'll now start doing that. And he's mixing the stuff.
2 parts, you put a little bit of this activator in it, then you mix it. And if you put in too much, you've got to be very, very quick, because this stuff starts to go hard.
Which is not good for us old buddies.
Yes, we're going to do this slowly.
And it's all Makazi outside. The temperature today is at quite 11 degrees. Let's get the autopilot out the way. You want to put on the base of this?
Yes, I do. There we go.
So there we go. So there we go. Almost look at this. Is you used to baking, Lee?
This is like icing. It's one of my specialties, Grant.
Yeah, sure. It looks like it. Anyway.
You seldom manage to sell it when it's green like this, and the kids don't like to eat it this color either.
That looks like it's been made from a couple of colors, and it looks like it's a bunch of leftovers mixed together.
Blended with some spinach and kale and stuff like that. There we go. Right.
Okay. So there we go. Yeah, that looks beautiful. Right. Okay. Okay.
You ready?
Doctor? Yes. Let's slap it in there.
Are you excited?
Slap it in. So that side will butt up to this side, yeah, and that's what it is now, buttering up that side.
That was very funny, Grant. Very funny. Please, everybody acknowledge how funny that was.
That's not why they're going to put the lights on. Okay, come, let's go.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so this needs to be flush over this side. Moving it back up to flush.
There we go.
Right, there we go.
There. Perfect. It's trimmed off.
Okay. Get your 3 mounting screws that you have there.
Thank you. Yes.
Keep it flush and you should find the hole that a pilot hole I've drilled for you.
Thank you for putting me a pilot hole.
Yeah, but nice and slowly.
But you know, I like to go quickly, Grant.
I understand it. It's sailing. This is not working.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we've got them both.
Into your countersunk hole.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well done. Excellent.
Well done. Now we let the girl glass do its job. Then once the girl glass is set, what we'll do is then start running glass fiber right around our plate, our base plate for
Plumb block.
ram plumb block, and we'll run all over the wooden area, and we'll come over. We've put plastic sleeves on there to protect our threads, so we're envisioning maybe 5 mils above this thing, above our plate, and then we'll screw the screws out and our thread should be fine. That's the plan.